Why do you think that this year's 9/11 anniversary is different from past observations of the 9/11 attacks?
Well, simply because of the increase of vandalism and physical violence that's taking place around various different mosques and on Muslims and their own persons. So that brings concern, as well as the research that was done by American University that shows that there's an increase in vandalism and attacks on mosques and also on attacks on the construction of mosques. And there's just a climate that's been set, an ugly climate that's been set that kind of leads towards that whole situation of responding in a very violent way.
And Mahdi, what kind of steps are American Muslims taking to take care?
Well, fortunately, George Bush really set the climate early on after 9/11 that there would be zero tolerance for any type of physical backlash, despite the fact that we had some. But certainly that was one of the president's finest moments in terms of talking about the security and the safety of American Muslims and not trying to scapegoat them for something that Al-Qaeda did. And so there's been a building of good relationships with law enforcement at the local level. And so consequently, we feel that that situation is being nurtured more and that there's going to be more vigilance, and even law enforcement themselves in places like Muffleboro, Tennessee, in Gainesville, where they're going to supposedly on 9/11 they're going to burn the Quran. So I think that we're there at that moment.
Yep. No, go ahead, Jack.
I got to tell you, violence against Muslims in the United States, that's a joke. This country is so free to practice any religion you want. America's so free, it's unbelievable. This is not an issue of religious freedom. Muslims can build mosques and practice Islam anywhere in the United States without persecution, and we all know it. That's a red herring. It's a total red herring.
Well,
the issue is whether, let me finish. The issue is about whether it is appropriate to build a mosque on ground zero, in and around ground zero, and it is not. And it is not for this reason. And let me make some news. Let me get a little controversial here. Islam must share some or maybe even a lot of the responsibility for 9/11. Let me tell you something. This idea that Islam is some kind of a sweet, loving religion where 99% of the people who practice it are wonderful is a joke. Islam in the last 20 years has become a radical...
I got to say, Jack, I know you're trying to make news, but I don't want to make that kind of news here on this show right now, because there are a lot of people out there that are going to disagree with you. I personally have Muslim friends, and they are peace-loving, gentle, wonderful people, many of whom I work with here at MSNBC. So let's just put that